Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Crypto Hipster Podcast. This is your host, Jamil Hassan, the Crypto Hipster, where I interview founders, entrepreneurs, executives, thought leaders, amazing people all around the world of crypto and blockchain. And today I have another amazing guest. I have the CVO and the co-founder at Kyrrex. His name is Mike Romanenko. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Hi, community. Very glad to be here. Very glad to share information about company and industry with you. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm very happy you're here too. I'm looking forward to this. So let's kick things off and ask you the first question I ask everybody. What is your background, and is it a logical background for what you're doing now?
Oh, for sure, 100%. It's an amazing question, and it's truly, the reason why I am in the industry. It's my previous background. So I was working in the traditional financial market industry, and in 2014-15, I was thinking about the crypto market first time, and I was trying to understand how it works and what it is. And then I think close to 2016 and 17, I started to do some trading on crypto. And first, what was very hard for me and for my partners, that we understand that what we have before on traditional financial market as instruments and functionality and everything, was much better. And it was the reason that we decided that, if we face these problems using the crypto platforms, we want to create our own platform to solve all these issues. Okay, so it was the main reason why we are here, why we start to to make our own business in crypto field. And our background was fully correlated with the crypto as well, because the similarity, of the regulation, of the financial directions and everything was very close to what we have now on the crypto market.
Got it. Thank you. So, Kyrrex, what's it all about, and what makes you unique?
All the time it's now that we have the period when everything changed very fast, and a lot of new features, new trends can come, I don't know, twice a year or even more often. So before we had some cycles which was like 5 years or 6 years, we wait when first Bitcoins, and in a few years, not few, but a lot of years passed before we had Ethereums, and we have DeFi's, and we have all the different things, in crypto. But now we have trends, like few times a year we can have like some new applications, mini apps in Telegram, or we have before some meme coins or stuff like that. So that's why we're also trying to be in line with the current actual needs of our clients, but most of them are stable. Let's say our major direction was to be in line with legal requirements and regulation, because this is the only one way for big players to enter the crypto market. So you need to be in line with the legislation if you want some multi-billion fund to open account with your company, and to buy some Bitcoins or other crypto. So we need to understand that from one side, regulation, it's something which most of the retail users don't like, but this is something which give us a lot of fuel for the next bull run, and also a lot of big players who can join this bull run as well. So this is one of the, let's say, a very major part of our business and what we're trying to do, and did it since we launched our platform in 2018. Another point, it's also we are working to bring different type of financial services inside one application. So we already have crypto fiat exchange, we have already wallet, we have already integrated with the digital bank, but external company, our partners, so the clients can have both bank account with us and to have a crypto account with us. Also, we are now working to receive our own brokerage license, which allow our clients to have more investment opportunities same time in one platform. They don't need to send money from one application or one company to another one. If today they want to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum or other crypto, they can use our platform, and if tomorrow they want to buy, I don't want treasury, US treasuries for the long-term hold of the position, or for example, they want to buy Nvidia stocks because today they will have a report day or something like that, they can do it in one platform. So they have one balance, they don't need to do a lot of movements, they can easily manage their portfolio in one application. So this is our uniqueness, and this is what we are working to achieve. Also, we are working to bring it worldwide, because another point which is really hard is that if you're out of legislation, it's very easy to do advertising all over the world and to be with different clients all over the world. But if you are working in the legal environment, you need to have different licenses. And from one side, it's also not hard. It's hard, but from another side, it's something which create discipline inside the company, because especially if you speak about audits, especially if you speak about how to show to the clients that you are the company who will not be a next, let's say, bubble, financial bubble or other company who can do whatever they want with the client's money, because you need to pass audits, you need to show all the different type of audits. I mean, not only financial, but system audit, technical audit, everything, that your platform is in line. So that's why all these parts, it's very important, and shows that we are the company who are happy, to be a secure place for the clients, for our partners, for customers, to work with the digital space. And of course, we're trying to match current hard legal requirements and movement of let's say, and also this new trends in financial industry, also to give, newest products and services to our clients, but also to be in line with the legislation. So this is our very strong point.
It sounds good to me. I like the fact that you don't want to do whatever you want with the client's money, like Celsius and 3 Hours Capital did, right?
It's very, that's why I'm knowing that, one point it's you can do or you cannot do. Another point that if you have external authority who, not only one, but few of them, who all the time, even online, checks what is happening in a platform. Okay, so this is another story, because one is you can, okay, today I don't want because it's my idea, but tomorrow I can do whatever I want because nobody checks. In this case, we have the requirement to show everything. So in this case, even if somebody will try or think that I can do something, it's impossible, because anyway, you have external authorities, you have procedures, you have processes which not allow you to do something with these funds. That's all. So this is very important part. Yeah.
Sounds good. So you got a Malta VFA Class 4 license. How does one achieve that, and what does such a standing represent?
Oh, it's coming back to the process, it was pretty hard, especially because in 2018 when we start to like not a step, because before that we already work on the project, but it was a year when we decided that we need to launch our business, and we need to have some kind of company in the world where we'll be regulated. Okay. And 2018, if you remember, it was not the year when you have a lot of places with a crypto license, and it was pretty tough year because some companies who was working with a crypto to fiat exchange, they was closed due to anti-money laundering policies and stuff like that. So that's why we decided that we want to find some place where crypto is regulated, and it was really tough because nobody doing that. And only one country who was ready with some kind of regulation was Malta. And they attract a lot of companies, starting from Binance and others. Like it was around 280 companies who applied for the license in Malta. And we was one of those companies as well. But the point was that same time, Maltese authorities, Malta Financial Services Authority, they was also studying. So they create some kind of bill for the crypto legislation, but it was not, let's say, already ready document to regulate a crypto market due to European requirements. So they allow you to trade crypto to crypto, and same time you was in process to receive a full license. So it was a long period because they were studying crypto. They was trying to build this legislation in a very good way, and they did it finally. But it takes a lot of time. So I think that the final requirements we got around 2020, so 2 years after they announced the crypto regulations, the CFA framework. And we got this license in 2021 in November. So it was around 3 years we was in process to receive this license. And very interesting point that only, let's say, class 4 is the highest class of the license, got around 4 or 5 companies. And third class license also now another 7 to 10 companies got the license. So from 2080, okay, we have only, let's say, 10 to 15 companies who got the licenses. And till today, operational, I think around 5 or 6 companies are who making any operations under this license. So it was the point how hard it was, and even the biggest companies who has a lot of assets and opportunities, they did not succeed with this process. At the same time, what we can see why this license is like for us a very good opportunity, to work on the market, and why even now it's very good for other companies to have this license, because in Europe there is new regulation will come from the 1st of January 2025, which is MiCA, and now only, if I remember correct, only 3 countries passported within MiCA rules. It's Malta, France, and Liechtenstein. All other companies who got licenses or other entities, they are not passported to work under the MiCA rules. So they need to reapply, they need to have a lot of changes. So this is a big problem. And the problem is not only that you need to change something in your, let's say, documents. The problem is that you need to change a lot in your processes, in your software, in your business model, and that's why, we are happy that we have this license, because we are already ready with all the changes, and we don't need to change something to have the MiCA compliant license, and we can work. And other companies, they will struggle with a lot of, they will be in a rush to complete all the requirements. And the problem is that regulation and authorities will be in rush, because there will be a lot of companies who will try to receive this license right now. And it will be very hard, to succeed fast and to continue work since 1st of January 2025. And that's why I think it's a big opportunity for us and the companies who are already in line with all the rules. And this is a big challenge for the companies who are trying to work without this legislation. Of course, it was better in that moment, because you don't need to spend a lot of money to infrastructure and to do all these processes, to build your software in different way and stuff like that. But same time, now you need to do that. So this is something which we are very proud of, to have this license. And also that when we come with our processes and let's say infrastructure to other jurisdictions like US or Hong Kong, we check all the requirements, and we understand that we also in line with all the rules. So it's also very good thing that we can come to other jurisdictions, and we don't need to change a lot in general, to apply for the license and to receive license in other jurisdiction.
It's interesting. I find interesting is the number you said in total numbers of the class 4 and class 3. You said it was about 16 in total. And I remember back in 2018, Malta was a place to go. It was a even place, while like India was a hotbed. It was just interesting to see that there's so few companies succeeded.
It's true. And the reason, the biggest reason, it's because still there is places, and let's say not places, let's say there is space for the companies to not be properly regulated and to work in the market. And the point is, it's like, let's say to compare as a regulated and not regulated casino, okay? It's same front end, same functionality, everything the same. But the difference is that regulated casinos, they have very strict rules on all the things that they can do, okay? And also all the let's say percentages, differences, and all the things, they are very strict. In unregulated, you can do whatever you want. You can put win rate, not like in regulated one, you can put win rate 5% and you don't care, okay? And nobody check. And this is a big difference. The same story here, that the front end, all the markets and everything, everything is the same. And client will not understand the difference. But the difference is on the other door, especially which is when we touch the part which is not spot trading, but which is derivatives trading. This is extremely crazy numbers you can understand when you know the, let's say, black box which they have, because it's truly black box. Even sometimes, let's say, I will not name the companies, but when we ask, especially the formulas, how they calculate the margin level for the leverage positions, or for example, options or futures, stuff like that, they don't disclose it. So you don't know even how they calculate the margin level. And the point is that in this case, they can do whatever you want, because the derivatives, if Bitcoin, you have 21 million and you cannot have more or less, okay? So you have 21 million, and spot market is very clear. Even in spot markets, you can do something if you are not regulated, okay? Especially if you speak about some squeeze and market making inside your own order book and stuff like that. But in futures trading, it's crazy, because you can issue billions of Bitcoins in the futures trading market, okay? And nobody will check it. So, and this is a biggest problem, that there is still space in the world of unregulated, of possibility to be unregulated and or work on the market. And that's why when you come to the point when you need to be regulated in some place, you start to understand, okay, if I will be regulated, I will cut off, I don't know, half of my revenue or even more, because I have some type of activities which is not, let's say, legal under this regulation. And you will start to think, okay, do I want to be regulated, or let me try to keep my business in the way which I have right now, and to earn more until I will not have any kind of other option than to be regulated. So maybe this is another motivation, and this is the reason why a lot of companies, they were starting this process, because they want to have access to this fiat to crypto gateway, okay, very easy and cheap. But finally, they understand, okay, if we do that, we will cut off most of our revenues, and we'll have a lot of problems maybe with the legislation because of our processes of compliance or stuff like that. I don't know. So I will not say that all different companies, they have different reasons of that. But most of them, if they start and they did not finish the process, it means that something in the rules are not, let's say, in line with their business strategy.
You said earlier the retail doesn't like regulation. I think no one likes over-regulation, right?
It's true.
Yeah. Let's ban over-regulation. So
this is it's very interesting point, because there is two points of this part. From one side, if you are just a regular client and you didn't face any kind of problems within the platforms before, you are happy without regulation. But if you touch the situation, let's say FTX, which is huge, I think biggest case study on the market for the crypto, which was extremely bad, okay, and it was extremely big damage for the industry. And this is the point when you understand, if they were not at that moment in US and no licenses, there was almost zero chance to recover any funds. So, and in this moment, you think, okay, I would like to have a regulated company, at least one of the companies in the group regulated, because FTX was operating not under the, not under the US license worldwide. They was using US license for US. They was using Cyprus license somehow in Europe for big companies and clients, and all other companies was mostly offshore companies. Let's say I'm not the guy who study all, I was studying all their legal, let's say, framework, all the companies which they have, I remember that. But I think that they have 2 or 3 companies regulated one, which was Cyprus. Under CySec, it was brokerage companies. They had US, and most of the others, it was something like unregulated entities or offshore entities. So in this case, you're happy to have regulation. But of course, when everything is okay and everything working good, you are you would like to not have a lot of stupid questions where you get your bitcoins, where you're sending it, and blah blah blah, all the things which is related to AML and other policies. But this is, I think, the all the time we will need to find a middle solution, some consensus between both all of the parties in this industry, because also you had a lot of infrastructure requirements under the regulation, which cost you a lot, not one-time fees, let's say, when you develop that, but also, let's say, maintenance all the time. You need to maintain the database, you need to require this, and that information to check it, to recheck it, and stuff like that. But anyway, it's okay. Another point that sometimes clients, they would not like to go through all this process. So this is the hardest things, but what I can say is that now I like that authorities, they are very open to the discussion with the players in the industry. So this is the point where you can find really a good solution from the both sides, because the authorities, they understand that they don't have experience and they are very slow to understand the market. For example, what I heard from the European authorities is that they will have DeFi regulation and decentralized financial, let's say, companies regulation maybe in 2027. Okay. From one point, we can say that it's good because no stupid question and stuff like that. But another point, we will have a lot of situation when a big DeFi companies will be hacked or I don't know, or scammed or stuff like that. So this is another point. And what I can see is that now authority trying to be very close to the market players to understand better the market, to understand better the rules, what are really on the market, and how to regulate it properly to safeguard the retail, which is the weakest, let's say, players on the market, if we speak from the legal point of view and who holds the money. Okay, so that's why I hope that it will continue in this way, and the authorities will be very close to the business to understand what kind of rules we can implement to make it better for the market users, and do not, as you say, overregulate the market and to create a lot of problems which will make this business not operational.
Well, there were a lot of problems that were caused a couple of years ago because of these companies, and beginning to come back as far as ambassadorships. Right, I'm going to switch gears a little bit. We talk about players, and you have sports ambassadorships, right? What are your sports ambassadorships all about, and why is influencer marketing still important a couple years later? Why is that the case?
Oh, it's a very good question about our ambassadors. I think the reason is because we are working on very interesting project, which is related to the sport industry, and our idea is finally to make some digital, let's say, to digitalize the industry. Let's say it sounds very massive, but we are starting with let's say, not so big kind of sports at the moment. We are starting with paddle and MotoGP, and we are working in this direction. We have few ambassadors in MotoGP, Jorge Martin, Pedro Acosta, and Aleix. And also we have, I think, around 10 or more paddle players also, let's say, top from men and women players in the world. So the idea is to have not just sponsorship to have our logo on the t-shirt and stuff like that, but the idea is to have a partnership and to give them opportunity to work with digital space and to understand it more from the first point. Another point, to bring some value to the fan base and to make interaction between fan base and these athletes and sports stars, to make a good interaction using the digital, let's say, value in form of, let's say, NFTs or in form of other tokens, but not, the tokens when you don't have utilities. The biggest, problem for me when I see a lot of tokens which are related to to something with a big brand and they don't have any kind of value. They're trying just to monetize not even monetize. It's, let's say, they're trying to sell nothing to the fans who like their brand or who like their sport club, but they receive nothing at the end of the day, just speculation. And this is something which is not healthy for the digital space and not healthy for the sport. And the idea is to make it more healthy in the way when you give some value under this, let's say, digital asset, let it be, I don't know, token, or let it be NFT, doesn't matter. So this is something which we are working on, and this is something which also create for us a good vision of the future of digital assets in the sport industry. Because just like you mentioned, the influence marketing today, it's most effective, most efficient way to attract users. Because just advertising, let's say our behavior right now, when you see any kind of advertising in Google, I don't know, Instagram or other social media, you will skip it. Mostly you will skip it. Very, it's not something which we had like 10 or 15 years ago when it was a major direction of advertising. But now influencer marketing and working with influencers is much more efficient. And that's why, because people looking at their, let's say, influencer, and they want to have the same vibe, the same lifestyle, they want to use the same platforms which they're using. So of course, if you make any proper thing, if you're working with the sport guys, or I don't know, or other influencers, they try your product. This is something which we are already interested in. They try your product, they look how it works, and they will advise their friends and also their subscribers to use this platform as well. So this is something which is much more efficient, and that's why we are trying to use this kind of direction to bring more people to the crypto industry in general. Because of course, as more people in crypto industry will have, as biggest we'll have the market and a good impact for all the industry.
Got it. Sounds good. Sounds good. So you are championing a few things. One is the sports ambassadorships, but others include gaming innovations, payment, and social trading innovations. Right?
Yeah.
How are you championing those areas in Web3?
If we speak about let's say gaming, it's an interesting direction because one of the direction where Web3 and digital assets are could be as a good user case, it's gaming industry. So it's matching almost perfectly. So that's why we are working, and we investing into the different gaming studios, to make them not only games but also games in Web3. Which we don't like when some people trying to just sell tokens on Web3 direction, and not create a games but create some. Okay, they will not put the value, because the most important thing in gaming, it's you need to have a game which attract, and then you can bring a Web3 directions there, and then you will have a good long-term business. If you're just trying to bring people who are thinking not to play a game, but they're thinking how to earn money, it will be not sustainable business, because all the time they will try not to spend their time and to have fun during the game. And if besides that they will earn some money and they can sell their heroes, or they can sell their let's say items or stuff like that. But in other way, if you just bring them opportunity to earn money, they will earn money in 6-12 months. If you will not invest a lot into the token price, they will you will just finish the project. So that's why this is something which we are trying to achieve. It's not easy because the industry standards is already very high, but we are working on that, and we hope that also we will bring a good impact to the industry from the small things. Another point which you mentioned, which was social trading, it's also a very good part, because for the people, it's easy way to learn how a good let's say traders or analytics, they're working on the market, and they can, in social trading direction, you can understand the market much better, and you can see how people with the experience 10-20 years in the different markets, they can give you advices or they can show, not give you advice, but show what they're doing and explain why they're doing that. And for a lot of people who are trying to study how it works, it's a big impact and possibility, to know better, or not on their mistakes with with paying a lot of money for the mistakes to the market, but also to learn from the mistakes from the other people, and to not make this mistake by their own. So this is something which we also understand that it's important for the market, for the community wise, and it will be a good product from our side. And of course, payments, I think it's something which also are very easy to understand and very good to implement worldwide, because using crypto payments, you can make it faster, cheaper, easier, and you create a good network. And most important, you create a good value for the crypto market as well. I mean, real value, because people start to pay for their daily basis activity, like to buy goods, services in internet, doesn't matter. In crypto, using crypto, we have more users, we have more volume, real volume, which brings a lot of I think new players and possibility to grow for the industry.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea too to have influencers when it comes to sports, because it's black and white, right? Gaming is black and white too. Either the game works or it doesn't. Payment, either the game works or doesn't. The social trading, that is a huge gray area, right? So if you're using influencers in this huge gray area to help people invest, I mean, doesn't that like go beyond the scope of regulation? Or how do you navigate that?
It's another good question, and that's why it's a hard work from our legal team, to check, because it also depends on first of all, it depends on the location, on the country where you make advertising on the client. So of course we are working on that to make it in the way when it will be not let's say, it's how to say, because if you create just copy trading in a lot of countries, it's or under regulation or prohibited. Okay, so you need to make the way when you have from one side you have advices, and from another side people understand what they're doing, they need to do it from their own side. Okay, so even if, for example, you have trading bots, a lot of them now on the market, which is very interesting direction as well, and you cannot make asset management as an activity, because asset management is another story, which requires, first of all, it requires from your side a lot of actions to do and regulation, and from another side, it also requires a lot of things from investors' side. You cannot invest into this kind of products without a proper understanding and stuff like that. And in this case, you can give the software as a bot with possibility to make some kind of tests, demo tests, and to understand how it works, to change the let's say options, how the bot will work with what kind of risks and stuff like that, and then you will use it by your own. So in this case, people can use the software which are interesting for them, and we're not breaking any kind of rules. And this is the point, which is also, of course, hard to, you need to all the time to be in line with the regulation, because tomorrow could be a different story. And that's why, but we're sure that this kind of product, it's very important for the market to explore it more and to have more understanding for the people, and to be in more secure way investing and trading on the market than it is right now.
Got it. Thank you. So, interesting conversation. So thank you very much for speaking with me today. I really enjoyed speaking with you. I learned a lot today, and I have one last question, really. And it's, how can people find out more information about you, about your company? How can Kyrrex, how can they become customers, or how can they do any of that?
Well, we have, of course, we have our website, which is kyrrex.com and kyrrex.mt. So we have, you can find me in LinkedIn or Telegram and our groups, social media. So in Twitter, you can subscribe on my channel or our company's channel, and to check all the data, information, and news worldwide, or our opinion on the worldwide news in crypto space as well.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, community, and have a good day.